Hello my fellow retro maniacs and welcome to Let's Play ESPN. Let's Play Tennis with Tracy Austin from 1994. So yeah, another multimedia guide by ESPN. Last time I checked the skiing tutorial, but yeah, so who the hell is Tracy? Tracy Austin. Oh, she won US Opens 1979 and 1981 and Wimbledon 1980 before injuring. So born 1962. So she's only 32 in this game. Okay. Yeah, I have never played tennis. I think at school I probably tried it a couple of times, but that was totally like a leisure. There was no like a teacher telling what to do. So I know as much as about tennis as skiing. So basically nothing. It's also, you know, in Finland, you know, to be able to play tennis outside, there's probably only like 3 months when it's doable, like it in June, July and August. Otherwise it's too cold to play tennis. Obviously you can play indoors as well, but you know, I think tennis is more popular in like in Mediterranean and warmer countries.
We have set up this instructional like a game of tennis because the best way for you to learn tennis
Fred Stoll.
on the court.
That's true, no matter how old you are, even as old as Cliff and myself, or whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced player.
Although tennis skills can be practiced separately, the real trick is mastering them within the flow of the game. So we discuss all the strokes and strategies as
Fred
if
Stoll.
in an actual game.
We start with
Fred Stoll
then teach ground
died just a
and the transition
week ago.
game. And we end up on offense at the net, a great place to finish a point.
Australian,
Once in a while, we also put
world number one tennis player, born in 1938,
There's no one better to teach you than
died at the age of 86.
here all the tools you'll need to help
Well,
improve your game. It's a lot of
what a
information.
coincidence.
But that's why you have the rewind button. So use it. As you work,
He won Grand Slam
watch that section over
single results
so that you can do the right
in 1996.
without having to think about them.
But don't get stuck in front of the TV.
French Open
Play regularly with your friends.
1965, 1966.
Fun as well.
So yeah, interesting.
The USTA now recommends stretching both before and after you play. We're going to show you 10 of their exercises.
As you do each of the stretches, move slowly and smoothly with coordinated deep breathing. Stay relaxed and hold each stretch position for 10 seconds.
Repeat 3 times.
Stretching shouldn't hurt.
Who was that other dude?
We have set up this instructional like a game
Cliff
because the best way to
Drysdale.
learn tennis skills is by using them on the court.
That's true, no matter how old you are, even as old as Cliff and myself, or whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced player.
South African
Can be practiced separately. The real trick is mastering them within
tennis player, born 1941, still alive.
strategies as if they're being used in an actual game.
Became tennis announcer,
Teach ground strokes at the baseline and the transitional
retired 1980.
on offense at the net. A great place to finish.
Every once in a while, we also put in special
Highest ranking number 4 in 1965.
There's no one better to teach you than
23 career titles.
all the tools you'll need to help you improve your game. It's a lot of information.
But that's why you have the rewind
US Open final 1965. No
on each part of your game
wins though.
over and over.
You want to get so that you can do the
Won
right thing.
Grand Slam doubles in US Open 1972.
In front of the TV. If you get out on the court and play regularly with your friends and family, we know you're going to
Yeah, I have never really watched tennis. It's not a sport I follow. I only
I now recommend stretching both before and after you play. We're going to show you 10 of their exercises.
it's very seldom shown on TV. It's probably like a,
Deep breathing.
if you don't have like Eurosport,
Each stretch position for
you
10
barely
seconds.
you barely see tennis being played outside, Olympics.
Too far and don't bounce or
It's
jump.
never really shown free to air,
You want to move slowly and smoothly.
Stretch every day, even if
but I know the names like
increase your flexibility.
Roger Federer or
Pull the knee slowly up to your chest. Point your toes toward your face to stretch your calf. Try to bring your chest to your thigh. Keep your back straight. Rest your elbow above the outside of your knee.
or Serena Williams
Your knee straight.
and Venus Williams.
Do not point your knee out.
But yeah, I've never actually and I've never watched a single match.
don't bounce. Increase the stretch by standing farther from the wall. This is very good for your shoulders. Do not arch your back as you lean forward.
Okay, well, even if you are not interested in
And face
tennis, you can learn from this, from different stretching exercises.
The Eastern forehand and
So what's the difference between tennis and badminton?
they're also the most popular
Can
grip.
you play badminton with a tennis racket or vice versa?
Experiment later and change if you find a grip that suits you better.
When you use the Eastern forehand grip, the face of the racket head is an extension of your palm. You can tell if the racket is in the right position by the direction your palm is facing.
The V between the thumb and index finger is positioned to the right of the top flat part of the racket handle. See how your palm is aligned with the face of the racket?
In the Eastern backhand, the V lines up with the upper left slant, with the first finger's knuckle on the upper right slant.
Knuckle. So Fred Stoll
Hand grip is more extreme. Your
is only like 55
face, but instead the racket turns over a little so that it angles down toward the ground.
in this video,
Forehand, the V is on the
even though he looks like in his late 80s.
and your wrist behind the racket handle.
With the Western grip, you'll have an easier time hitting the ball with topspin, which gives you a larger margin of error, so you'll be less likely to make mistakes. Some top players move their grip toward, but not all the way over to, the Western forehand.
Yeah, Fred Stoll
Semi-Western.
dies at 86.
See these players use an open
BBC News
parallel to the
a week ago. Australian tennis great Fred Stoll, who won 2 Grand Slam single titles in the 1960s, has died at the age of 86.
Choice is the continental forehand grip.
Stoll won the French Open in 1965, the US Open in 1966, and reached the final in 6 other Grand Slams, including 3 at Wimbledon. He also won 10 Grand Slam men's doubles titles and 7 mixed doubles. Tennis Australia said the sport had lost one of its great players and characters.
Those of you who use a two-handed backhand, the plain hand is usually positioned between
When we
the
speak about Australia's golden era and the progression from amateur to professionalism, Stoll's name is right up there with the best. I don't know if it's pronounced as Stoll.
Some players
It's probably like Stoll.
use their left hand more. The secret is to find what is comfortable and works for you.
One more point. Most of the
But
time,
yeah, quite a coincidence. I would watch this
that's your left hand.
so soon after his death.
Support the
yeah, I'm not interested at all in this. I just wanna check all 3DO titles for the sake of complicity, to be through, I mean. So let me just check what else there is. Lobs.
30-40.
The offensive lob works best when you have the element of surprise on your side, since you don't want your opponent to be able to reverse direction and get back to...
It's interesting that these ESPN titles don't really like start with the basics.
With short steps.
They like, for example, the skiing and the golf.
Make contact with the ball in the same position.
ESPN golf, they all start like
much further underneath the ball,
like advanced,
upward, accelerating the racket head through the hitting zone,
or like intermediate
should land deep in your opponent's court.
Subjects. So they are not actually like teaching you the basics of what is the rule, what are the rules of tennis, where you have to hit, what kind of like racket you should buy, and what are the rules and the markings on the court, what means love and deuce, and what's the scoring, and what are the penalties and infringements. So yeah, they are, I don't know why they don't start with the basics. Maybe they expect that the people who buy these are already like a semi-pro, or at least amateurs. So yeah. So it's not like 101 of tennis. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye bye.